everyone, and welcome to another episode of Timesport On The Beat with me, Farah Azhari, and I have a special guest today that's going to be talking to me about football. We're going to cover all the things like from rankings to the national team, Harimau Malaya, and so on and so forth. Joining me in the studio today is Zakaria Rahim, better known as Abang Zak, to me anyway. I'm pretty sure you guys know him. He's quite outspoken. He's a former Selangor team manager, talent manager, and he is by far one of the best football analysts that we have in the country. How are you, Abang?
Alhamdulillah, thank you very much.
Selamat
Selamat Raya, Farah.
Selamat Raya.
And Selamat Raya to all the crews.
Thank you for joining me today in the studio. Should we just jump straight to the questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So first question is, Malaysia's FIFA ranking has slipped again from 121 to 138. As it is the biggest drop in 17 places. We actually gain recognition from that by FIFA. From your perspective, what is the single biggest factor behind this decline, and does it reflect on a short-term slump or a deeper structural problem?
Okay, FIFA ranking is very important to all football teams in the world nowadays, which is it will determine the pot that you will be in when there's a drawing of the group for certain FIFA tournaments, especially, and also in the Olympics, Asia Cups, and so on. So by dipping down from the previous state, that will affect very much on the players' ability and the players' market when they want to market themselves to other clubs in the world. And also the level of football in Malaysia will be will be determined or will be assumed by other teams who's looking for team for friendly match, international friendly match.
Right.
Okay, when you're talking about 135,
138 now.
138 now. I'm not so worried about that 138. What I'm very, very worried is we are number 5 in ASEAN.
Yes.
Whereby we have F30 projection that made by the FAM. Then we wanted to be number 1 in ASEAN.
Yeah. By 2030, right?
Yeah. But now it's 4 more years to go to 2030, and we are number 5 in ASEAN. Then to make things worse, we are under Philippines.
Yes.
You see? So when are we going to be number 2 or number 3 in ASEAN? And how can we say we want to go to the World Cup when we are number 5 in ASEAN? And not to mention that we are far, far away from top 10 in Asia.
Asia, yeah.
Okay, whereby in the FIFA for the very first time now, and after this they will be allocating 9th place for Asian teams to go to the World Cup. Before the World Cup qualifying round for the 2027 World Cup, Coach Kim Panggung being appointed, and he was really realistic and optimistic to take Malaysia to among the 9th team to go to the World Cup in the USA 2027. But we failed to achieve that, and with the current ranking for the next qualifying, we might be in the pot of the last spot, and also we might be playing or placed in the group with a few big teams like Saudi Arabia, Japan, Korea, and that will make us much difficult. And probably with this kind of ranking, we might have to go through the first round.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So this is first round will involve with a team like Timor-Leste. So this is very embarrassing. So to summarize your question, it's very embarrassing state of Malaysian football right now.
All right. Okay. Second question is, failing to qualify for the Asian Cup was a major setback. Was this simply a performance issue, or does it expose long-term weaknesses we've been ignoring for years?
I was there when I was in Qatar during the Asia Cup, and after we have got a very good result with South Korea. We have been eyeing that we will win at least 2 or 3 next games of World Cup qualifying. And we will go to the third round. Third round of World Cup qualifying. But when we met Oman after the Asia Cup, one in Muscat and another one back-to-back in Kuala Lumpur, we failed to win against Oman, even in Kuala Lumpur. That's the beginning of the downfall of Malaysia team. Then there where come the idea of revolutionize the national team. Someone bring the ideas and trying to bring numbers of foreign players and to be given Malaysian passport to play for Malaysia. And 2025, end of 2000, it's end of 2024. We have a new setup, Malaysian national team, Malaysia NT, and we have a new coach. And then we appointed Rob Friends as the CEO of the NT. And by the game of against Nepal, we have 2 new foreign players, naturalized player. And before that, after the match against Nepal, we have about few months to play with Vietnam.
3 months.
3 months. Then there's a very high pressure to request the JPN or KDN to speed up the process of the passport for few more foreign players. 5 more foreign players. That's for a match, a very big match against Vietnam. Then, for some reason, it happened. The passport was speed up. It's a very historical process. For foreigners, which is, I don't know where they come from. And furthermore, they are from Latin America, Brazil, Argentina. I don't know whether there's some nation in that kind of continent. They got a passport in very, in I can say in flash time. There we go. We have 7 foreign players. And we won the match.
4-0.
That was a really turnover. If we have that kind of players, soon after Asia Cup 2024, we play with Oman, home and away, back-to-back matches. And Kyrgyzstan, after that, I think we are in the third round of World Cup. But we only get them after the World Cup qualifying. I think if we have those players during the World Cup qualifying, playing against Oman or Kyrgyzstan, and they found out that we are forging players that not really follow the FIFA rules, I think for the Asian Cup qualifying this year, we might have a very fair result. And the players' morale will be different from what we are having today. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain here. The thing is, the morale of the players in Malaysia to play for the national team have gone to the drain because of the national setup giving more attention to the foreign players, and either they are not in this country or the foreign players that are playing in this country have been living here for 5 years. And the local players feel that there are no use for them to become a footballer in Malaysia, where they have no chance for them to play for the national team. So this is the problem with our current football.
So you think our local players come up through the 5-year rule is being overlooked?
Yeah. And I've been asked by a journalist I don't remember who they are, asking me, is there any chance for us to revive, to relook back on the procedure on providing passport to foreign players who've been staying in Malaysia for 5 years.
Okay.
I said, according to FIFA, there's no problem. But we have our own way. We cannot simply give passport to any foreign players who have been living here for more than 5 years. Because if you look back, what happened to Litak from England?
Your Liridons, Di Paula,
Liridon,
Sumare.
Di Paula. Sumare is still here. But
Sumare is still here.
where are Liridon and Di Paula? They are not here. They are supposed to be to return back what they have been given by the country by way of go to the grassroots, provide training, provide less football lesson, go to the schools whatsoever, give back to the country. But what happened to Litak? He went back to England and he participated in some
High Rocks.
What do you call it?
High Rocks.
High Rocks, yeah. And proudly representing British or UK or England. You can't even see the Malaysian flag.
Okay. All right.
So this is what we want the country or the FAM to change. And I don't mind if the whole FAM system change after this, because that's what we want. We don't want the same face. Farah, do you know that this is the 100th year of FAM?
Yep.
So let's start the new step on this 100th year.
Yep.
1926 FAM was set up, and that's 2026, the beginning of the new era of FAM. We don't want the 100-year FAM anymore, 100 old FAM anymore. We want the 101 or 100th FAM to be the new one, the new faces to be in the FAM, to bring back the new. What is we are lacking of? System. We are lacking of system.
Right.
We have players, everybody can play football, but we don't have system. Then that's the reason why what we have seen today.
Okay, so we got a little bit off topic there.
Okay.
But I want to pull it back and I want to bring it back to just now you said the biggest thing that you saw that led to the downfall was actually from that Oman game. So I wanted to know specifically why that Oman game, because just now you just said Oman, but it was like surface level. So let's dig deeper into that one. Why, based on your observation, why did you think that Oman match was the turning point?
Okay. You see, when we break for Asia Cup, before we break for the Asia Cup, we were the group leader with 6 points. Okay. Among ASEAN countries, we are the only one group leaders in World Cup qualifying.
Yep.
Not even Indonesia. Indonesia was almost, I think, at the bottom. Okay. So after that, we break for few months for Asia Cup in Qatar. Then we lost to Jordan, we lost to Bahrain. Suddenly we drew with South Korea. Starting from that result, from that match, we feel confident that we can beat Oman, at least in Kuala Lumpur. So what will happen is we have to go to Muscat first.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Before we entertain them in Kuala Lumpur. Yep. So Muscat is a very difficult place. So we will give away 3 points there. But we expect at least 1 point in Kuala Lumpur. With that 1 point, when we go to Kyrgyzstan, we expect to have 3 points. And we will entertain Chinese Taipei in Kuala Lumpur. We will celebrate. After that match, we will celebrate our history qualifying to the next stage of World Cup qualifying.
Qualifiers.
Okay. So, but the main target is to get 1 point in Kuala Lumpur against Oman. But unfortunately, we didn't get that point.
Yep. Okay.
We lost 0-2. We lost 0-2 in Muscat. We lost 0-2 in Kuala Lumpur.
Okay.
So with that result, we have seen that the players have no quality at that time to win in Kyrgyzstan, because Kyrgyzstan, if I'm not mistaken, they have beaten Oman. Kyrgyzstan have a chance. When we lost to Oman in Kuala Lumpur, then Kyrgyzstan won against Chinese Taipei. They have biggest chance to be the second team of the group to proceed. What Kyrgyzstan won was just a draw from Malaysia in their home soil, and they got it.
Okay.
We lost to Oman. We draw with Kyrgyzstan. As expected, we won against Chinese Taipei, but we are at the number 3.
Okay.
That's what I meant of the match against Oman, not in Muscat, but in Kuala Lumpur.
Okay.
It's the turning point of the event.
Okay.
I was there, Farah. I was in Qatar. Apa nama?
For the Asian Cup, Doha.
Doha, yeah. I was in Doha after the match against South Korea. The night after the match, we sat down. We have planned. That was Kim Panggun's time as a coach, and after that, we plan to have a better player, and we will try to get more local players to play. But when we failed to win the match against Oman in Kuala Lumpur, then there's come an idea of to revolutionize the national team.
Okay.
Farah, I don't mind about the revolutionize. Even the 3-4 days before the match against Vietnam in Kuala Lumpur, with those 7 players, I've made a public statement. I said Malaysia must win 4-0.
Okay.
No less than 4.
You were right, technically.
With this kind of with this kind of lineup, with this kind of players, there's no reason Malaysia cannot win more than 3 goals.
Okay.
And 4-0 is best result.
All right.
Okay. And we got it.
Yeah, we got it.
But deep inside my heart, far before the match, I think after Nepal or before Nepal match, there's a pressure upon KDN to release the passport of the players. I already smell something fishy.
After Nepal.
Yes. So actually that was the turning point of what going on with the Malaysian team.
Okay, so since
dipping down the ranking, missing a place to Asia Cup.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
So since we're talking off-pitch controversies and things that has to do with the FA of Malaysia, and the documentation, the forgery, the scandal that, the entire world was looking at us, how has this affected the national team's stability?
The national team, you mean the national team players, or the national football team, or the national team, the FA? Let's
look at it as a whole. We'll look at it at the point of view of FAM. Because we know the mass resignation, we know everything that has happened, but I wanted to get your point of view on how it has greatly affected our stability, the FAM national team, and that, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of people don't know what the structure looks like now, and there's no proper way to explain it, because obviously the national team has to be the product of FAM. This is what the masses know, but there are many out there don't know about. But how do you, from your point of view, see that all these off-pitch controversies has affected the national team's stability and performance?
Okay, it's not so much about the instability. It's about trust. Malaysian football already lost its trust from the public, from the parents, from the media, and even from the eyes of among ASEAN countries.
Yes.
What we can see what happened in Hanoi. What last week? The match.
Yeah, last week.
What happened, and I've already expected that. They will come up with a banner. They will come up with chants. They will come up with all kind of words hurling the players and the team. You see, it got nothing to do with the players. Okay, the players are very naive about this. They got nothing to do with what happened. This about the management of the national team, the management of Malaysian football.
Okay.
I've already told the FAM when I attended a few meetings with FAM. I said, FAM is the government of football in Malaysia. So anything got to do with football in Malaysia is under management of FAM. Be it from the grassroots level up until the national team. And for the national team, you have so many national teams. You have senior national team, under 23, under 21, under 19, women's, futsal, and so on.
Beach soccer.
Beach soccer and everything. So you are the government. You must really have the say for everything, and you must really take care of everything. From A to Z. You cannot get anybody else to get involved in whatever you're doing. If, let's say, I'm selling a goreng pisang at a stall by the roadside, and I allow someone to burn anything next to my stall, it will affect my customer.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's my responsibility to stop the fire and to chase the man out from my place. Because he will enjoy firing, do all the fires, do the cooking, whatever. But when it affect my business, I will stop it. So FAM, when you are managing the football from Malaysia, you must stop from anybody try to get involved with what you are doing.
Basically, stop the fire lah.
Stop the fire.
Yeah.
So now what happened? They don't stop it, but instead they bow to the fire.
Okay.
They follow to the man who made the fire. This is what happened to Malaysian football. And now they have to face the consequences where people already lost trust.
Yep.
From the top of FAM down until the players. So I pity the players. Some of the players felt that they have already lost trust from the fans. You see, when Malaysia won against Vietnam last year, I was in Hanoi. The
one in June?
Accidentally, I was in Hanoi on that night. I watched it live on my hotel room.
Okay.
Then the next morning, what I did was I took my family. We go around Hanoi and try to look for hotels or hostels.
Okay.
And I'm planning to bring 45 people, one bus,
all right,
for the March game when we come to Hanoi in this year.
Yep.
On the very next day, I made all the arrangements. When I was at the airport, I met with someone Malaysian who been living there and who can help me to make all the arrangement, the food, the transport, to the stadium ticket, everything. So I was very happy and already contacted my friend, and the allocation already full.
Okay.
But when this scandal happened, and I said, let's stop it. I cancelled everything.
Okay.
I contacted the hotel. I said, no, we are not coming because I've lost heart. So, and I've already 1 month before the match this year, I've just made a survey among my friends, my relatives. Nobody cares about the match. Okay. So it shows
the sentiments is there lah.
And nobody talk about it.
Yeah.
Even in the media, nobody talk about it. There's not much thing to look forward. But because number one, we have already lost a place to go to the Asia Cup. Number two, we obviously lost trust on FAM and football in Malaysia. So now that the main task of whoever been given the chance to sit in FAM once they are resetting the organization, how to get back the trust.
Okay. But do you think something like this happening is probably one of the best things that could have happened to Malaysian football, just to give them a reset and a wake-up call?
As I said just now, we are 100 FAM's 100 years now.
Yes.
So let's begin the new 100 years.
Okay.
Japan, last 2 or 3 years, they celebrated their 100 years.
Yeah.
And this month I think, they have beaten England. And Japan have beaten Germany. Japan have beaten so many countries in the world. Japan have been the regular customer of World Cup.
Okay.
Those days, Japan was our student.
Yeah.
They came and learned from us how
Yes.
to make professional league, how to make good football, whatsoever. But now, we should take Japan as our teacher. We must learn from Japan. How do they develop? And after 100 years, they are much far from us. Same goes to Korea. And Japan and Korea, those days when I was at school and was teenagers, Korea and Japan was our, what the Malays call it, kacang for us.
Yeah.
To beat.
Okay.
But now, it's very difficult until last Asia Cup, we draw with Korea. So, but Japan, we will never can beat them.
Okay.
In fact, we start bringing in Japan and Korean coaches to Malaysia to
Yes.
teach our players. Farah, I want to tell you, whoever going to take FAM after this, they must build up the system.
Okay. All right.
We have players, you can train them, they are very good, but we must have system how to polish these players. Build up the system.
Okay.
And stay with the system. Don't change it. We must have identity. People outside Malaysia will know Malaysia with what? Long ball nation, counter attack nation, tiki-taka nation. But we don't have now.
Okay.
What is
Alright.
our identity?
Yep.
What is our, they keep on saying as DNA. But I said it's not DNA, it's identity.
Okay.
We must have our own Malaysian football identity. Without this, it's difficult for us to stand tall like Japan and Korea.
You just basically answered my next question, actually. I was going to ask you about the identity and what it looks like, because every single coach that we get, they will talk about how, we want to make sure that Malaysia has its own brand of football. What is that brand of football? What are they talking about? What do they keep talking about? But it's never clear. And like you said, are we going to be a long ball nation? Are we going to be a counter-attack nation? In your personal point of view, where are we now? How do you see us?
We don't have
how
anything.
do you identify us?
We don't have anything because when we take coach from Korea, he wants to make us like Korea. When we take coach from Germany, they want to make us like Germany. When they take coach from Australia, they want to be, they want us to be Australian.
Okay.
You see, no, okay, I've take example like golf. If you want to learn golf, you must be looking for a professional, pro golfer to teach you how to play golf. Do you play golf?
Yes, I play golf.
Okay. When you go to the pro, the pro train you how they play.
Definitely. Yes.
But there's no pros that try to train you according to your body, your age.
Yes.
So you create your own and
Your
he
own
build
style.
up your own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why must you play like that pro?
True.
Instead of playing like the pro must train to make your own stroke.
Yes.
According to your ability, according to your age, according to your how far you can do your back swing. We go back to football. All coaches must, when they come to Malaysia, they must read the blueprint, and this blueprint must be produced by FAM. Whoever become nation coach, you must do like this. And first of all, whoever become the national coach, you must have a pool of 100 players. For example, 100 players of national team.
Okay.
National players.
Right.
Can be called anytime. Can be called anytime to present the country. And this player must have equal quality. Be it defenders, midfield, wingers, strikers, goalkeeper. You see, we have been seeing so how many years already? Why always Shihan at the goalpost? What, we don't have any.
Previously, Fariza Malias.
Does it have before Fariza Malias? Ape.
Yeah.
This is the problem with our football. We don't have trust with other players. I remember during Ken Warden time, he's the bravest coach, national coach that we have. And he started with Selangor. From Selangor, he's the one who bring in P. Maniam from nowhere. Nobody knows about who is the bloody P. Maniam. Which estate that he came from. But suddenly P. Maniam become a very good player.
Yep, true.
Then we have Adam, that guy name. We have Malik Rahman coming from nowhere. And all these players, he bring to the national team. And we beat Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Yep.
Because why? If you give trust to the player will pay back to the coach. The trust that is given to them.
Okay.
But if you don't give the trust to the players, I think don't get the result from the players. So, FAM, whoever going to manage FAM after this, they must have a blueprint. And this blueprint must be given to whoever manage or coach the national team. We want you to do this. Okay. Just follow this.
Yep.
You change coach either from Australia to Germany coach or English coach. The same thing should happen.
Okay. All right.
Then we will have a consistent nation style of football. And then other countries will start respect us.
Okay, let's look ahead from the Asian Cup. Next, we have the ASEAN Championship, which is formerly known as the AFF Cup. And then we have the FIFA ASEAN Cup. So the first is happening in July, the other one in September. One outside the FIFA window, the second one is inside the FIFA window. But the FIFA ASEAN Cup is happening for the first time in history. So basically, what do you think Malaysia has to fix immediately before we are being exposed in a regional competition that will definitely be watched by millions all over the world because it is branded under FIFA?
Okay, first of all, I would like to talk about the AFF. The AFF is the initial championship. But when there's a FIFA ASEAN Championship introduced, I think that will supersede the AFF popularity. And I'm very, very sure that the AFF Cup will become a secondary tournament.
Okay.
And sooner or later, it will gone from the system. But while it is still around, and FF Cup will be played during the league calendar and not outside the FIFA window calendar.
And during pre-season as well. Yes.
Pre-season for some leagues.
No, pre-season for our league.
For our league, but not for other countries'
correct,
league.
Correct.
Okay. So it's very inconsistent, Farah.
Yes.
So even though pre-season, but some clubs during the pre-season they want to take the teams overseas for training or whatsoever.
Yes.
So still, there's no chance for the national team to get all the good players. The best players. But however, the national team coach must have a standby plan or contingency plan. Which player they can also take under 23 players, or they can take any other players. That's the reason why I told you earlier. As a coach, he must have 100 or 200 names of players that they can be called anytime. So this is the time we can test whether this coach already have the list of players. So the FF Cup won't be very interesting anymore.
Okay.
When the FIFA Championship around. As for the FIFA Championship, it will definitely become the most. It's like a World Cup of ASEAN.
Yep.
So this will be the ground where who will become the number one ASEAN team beyond the ranking, because ranking is just on paper. Okay, it's based on the friendly matches that you make and the competition, FIFA competition that you participated. But when the FIFA ASEAN Championship is around, this is a place where everybody want to see who is the current ASEAN number one team and number two team and whatsoever. Malaysia at this point of time is in very, very difficult situation. to become number one in ASEAN, and very, very high task for whoever become coach for the national team to compete in this competition, because as we can see, Vietnam already have new players, naturalized players, which is very, very good. Thailand, even though they don't have so many naturalized players, but they have really good system. And I know Madam Pang is building up the FA very well.
Yes.
And building up the national team really well. And I think Thailand will be the giant. And you must remember, Farah, these two teams, Thailand and Vietnam, already inside the top 100 team in the world.
Correct.
Okay?
Yes.
Then comes Indonesia. As we know, Indonesia is really crazy on getting all their naturalized players,
Yes.
all their warisan players to come back to play for their country, and they are genuine. By looking at the name, the faces, everything, they are genuine because they come from Holland, and Indonesia and Holland is like brother and sister.
Exactly.
Yeah, so even the grandparents of Indonesian people now, today Indonesian people, their grandparents can still speak Holland. And the Holland people can speak Indonesia.
Yes.
So there's no surprise at all. They have so many warisan players from Holland. And Philippines. Philippines is the only country that I think will become our challenge. And Singapore, I don't be surprised if Singapore overtake Malaysia, because they are in very high spirit, because they are already qualified for the Asia Cup.
Yes.
And when they look Malaysia, we are Asia Cup team. You are going to play with team not qualified for Asia Cup. We can beat them. So
true.
If we lost to Singapore, that means we are really in big trouble.
Okay.
So the FIFA ASEAN Cup or Championship, FIFA ASEAN Cup is much important and bigger.
Okay.
As for the FF, it can be a training ground for the under 23.
Okay,
or we can also put in under 21. Not very important anymore. And I don't see why AFF still maintaining to host the AFF Cup.
Okay, so my last question to you, and probably the hottest question, if you had to give one uncomfortable truth and one realistic solution. So uncomfortable truth, realistic solution for Malaysian football moving forward, what would it be?
I got to be careful with this.
Yes.
Give me some example. What is what do we expect me to answer about the uncomfortable truth? Sort of.
For example, in short, we could say that our football is moving backwards, because it is. It's not progressing. Or safe to say that what I've been saying in some of my stories as well is that, are we indirectly saying that the existing national team players are not good enough? Is that why we had to go through those measures that saw us come under fire in international light?
Okay.
Those kind of things.
Okay. The uncomfortable truth right now is those who managing the national FA, they are not really managing it for the nation, and they are doing it for the sake of their own personal interests.
Okay. All right.
As for the players, all the players are very good. If they are not very good, they won't be playing football for
national team,
and also they won't be playing football for their own rice bowl.
Yeah.
But there's no effort to polish this player.
Okay. Fair. Yes.
If you can see, like how Miss Bone polished Lee Chong Wei, how Nicole David trained, how Burnsley, is that the name? Cycling? Polish Azizul Hasni. Yeah?
John Beasley.
John Beasley. Polish Azizul Hasni Awang. To become world champion. So there's no such thing that in Malaysia we cannot go through world level. And just recently, we see how Hakim Danish in Moto3 already got a point.
Yes.
Already got few points in starting from the second race.
Yep.
So This all the players they want, but nobody has the
Takes the time to guide them, basically, or has the passion.
to guide them properly.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Farah, I have to be careful with the words nowadays.
Don't understand.
So I have to very choosy on
Yeah.
what the words that, and you can help me to find a very good words before I make mistake. Players, they want to go further. All players in football in Malaysia, they want to play for big clubs in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But in this country, nobody can polish them properly. This is a problem that our footballers having now.
Okay.
And nobody have a trust on them.
Mm-hmm.
And when they see why the national football team, the national football organization keep on looking for more than 5 years for foreign players in Malaysia, or go outside and looking for warisan player, well, they are around.
Okay.
You polish me, you give me chance to play for a club overseas, then I will show you.
Yeah.
But this is a problem. And the leadership and the system that we are lacking. So we need a new leadership in Malaysian football. We don't want like a photocopy, which means one block resign
Cookie cutter.
and another block, the same block, come back.
Yeah.
So we don't want that.
Okay. So.
100 years, we leave 100 years behind.
Uh-huh.
Now we start the new year.
So this is your one realistic solution,
Yeah.
basically. Okay.
Yeah. That's the only way. And we want really someone who willing to do for the sake of the national interest,
Okay.
not for personal interest. You see? If people ask me, do you want to be in the FAM? I'm not suit
Okay.
to be there, because I want to do my service to the country, but I cannot work with people that not fully hurted to do the national service.
All right. That makes
Because
sense.
in Malaysia, if you say about reform, okay, everybody say, well, let's reform the FAM. I don't trust reform anymore,
Okay. Why?
because I was in the reform thing at the very beginning. I was one of the founder of that reform thing.
Okay.
And the reform now, do you think Malaysia has reform now?
It's not being implemented if there was any form of reform.
That's why I don't trust with the word reform.
Right.
But if you said reset, yes, okay.
Okay.
Let's reset the football team.
Okay.
Take this advantage. Blessing in disguise. All the issues that happened before is a blessing in disguise, so that we can reset. Farah, I think if this warisan thing doesn't happen, until today, we don't see.
There's no wake-up call for Malaysia football.
You got the point.
Okay. And with that, that's the end of our episode for today. I mean, if you like this and more, you can head over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the Audio Plus apps. Thank you again, Abang Zach, for
Thank
joining
you,
us in the
Farah.
studio. Okay, that's all the time that we have for today. Bye.